Love the old school Bears helmet, and the Bears host the Broncos later today. So for now, the Chicago sporting scene is here in Vernon Hills. Welcome to the 2007 CLR Windy City Classic. Today's $25,000 top prize will go to one of these 5 competitors. Brad Angelo has been a pro for 6 years, yet in 103 events, he has never won. Well, that changed today. There's number 4 seed Richie Allen, back from a hand injury. 3rd seed Mika Koivu-Nuyemi hunts for his 2nd title of the young season. Rock Chalk Jayhawk Chris Barnes, the number 2 seed, makes his 53rd televised appearance. And the number 1 seed Robert Smith, back from a hip injury that sidelined him for most of last season. He's a high rev guy who's a blast to watch. We welcome you to the outskirts of Chicago for the CLR Windy City Classic. Rob Stone, happy to be back with you alongside my good friend Randy Peterson. And we begin our step ladder final today with a 4 versus 5 matchup. It's kind of today's physical therapist bowl-off, if you will. Number 4, Richie Allen, stress fracture in his right ring finger, missed essentially all of last season. And number 5 seed Brad Angelo, who about 2 weeks ago could barely get out of bed due to a bad back, yet they're both here and bowling extremely well this week.
Battle of the walking wounded.
I like it. Here is Brad Angelo, the number 5 seed from Lockport, New York, just outside of Buffalo. Let's roll. Good start.
By the way, congratulations, Rob. You and your wife, Lynn, you had, she finally had the twins
finally.
A couple of days ago.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Chandler Grace and Carson Robert. Congratulations to
Thank you, sir.
You and your family.
It's good to get on the road and get some sleep. Here's Richie Allen, the 4 seed. Leaves the 10 hanging.
All right, down.
Shark pattern. We'll get into it when we put up our lane graphic and talk about the Ola pattern this week. It's 44 feet. It's our longest of the named patterns, and what that does is it forces the players to play the middle part of the lane. The outside part of the lane is out of bounds.
Takes care of that. He's nicknamed THB. We'll get into that in a moment.
Son.
As we take a look at our Motel 6 matchup. Angelo taking on Allen. Numbers fairly similar. No 300 games here this week, which was kind of caught us all off guard.
Last season, this was a lowest scoring pattern of the 5 name patterns. This week, a modified version of round robin match play. That's why you see the match play record there.
There he gets his first strike. Now they say the pins here carry so much, so you get some good play if you hit it right.
Yeah, pin carry here in this center is generally really good, and that's why it's surprising we didn't have any 300 games this week. But as that oil starts to push down the lane, that's when the angle starts to change and the carry starts to go in the other direction.
Gets it. Oh, just nudged that 10 down. Angelo 3-12 on television, just a 20% winning percentage, 0 PBA Tour titles, trying to get off the TV schneid and finally win one.
Little love tap there by the 6-pin on the 10, just enough to carry that 10-pin and give him that early double.
And Angelo looking to open up with a turkey. And we finally found out what a turkey means.
Go ahead.
I'm going to get to it in a second. I'm excited about this. My friend Jerry Breitinger in Pennsylvania emailed us to tell us what a turkey is. He got it! All right, so a turkey Dates back to turn of the century, right? In those years, scoring was much more challenging. It was tough to get 3 strikes in a row. So during the holidays, during Christmas and Thanksgiving week, the proprietor would present a live turkey. A live turkey. So the first player on each team who scored 3 consecutive strikes, hence the turkey. Is that great or what?
It's beautiful.
I love this sport more and more each week.
Oh, no.
Didn't like it.
That was about as bad as you can throw it there.
Didn't get punished too badly, though.
Very unique style of Richie Allen. He says that he has to watch. He starts to tip or lean a little bit too much. That's when he starts to really grab it at the bottom of the swing. This one he didn't like immediately as he let go of it. Although it did hit the pocket, it was a little high flush. Not a good break, leaving the solid 9.
His nickname is THB, and it sounds like a designer drug that you would stumble on the Tour de France. Actually, it's called Typical House Bowler, right? And Bill Hall, a coach who's coached some big names, watched him bowl and said, you know, you're a THB, you're a typical house bowler. You're a product of high-scoring lanes and balls. And well, Mr. Allen took that as motivation and said, all right, well, that's my nickname because I'm not a typical house bowler. But he also admits his game hasn't changed all that much. A few little tweaks here and there.
Well, he's certainly not a typical house bowler. Richie Allen's got a lot of skill, and he's just getting better and better. He's learning equipment. He's learning how to manipulate bowling balls and releases. And right now, he needs to figure out a way to get all 10 pins to carry when his ball hits the pocket.
Come on.
Says his mind's in a good place right now, recently married to Sarah in April. And he says, you know what, Randy? Rob, she's finally making me feel like I'm an adult. That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. It's got to happen sooner or later. So for the second time, he's left the 10 standing. And again, he takes care of it. Allen married in April. His wife, Sarah, she's got a big job interview tomorrow. Local bank. Speaking of money.
Hope she gets it and she can somehow find a way to get me a couple of bags full of hundreds.
25,000 bucks
full, you know,
on the line for the winner today.
She finds some just kind of laying around somewhere that nobody's really using.
It's all done electronically these days, from what I'm told.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Angelo. 4 in a row. Excellent start. What bad back.
And early on, Brad's backswing looks like it's a little bit lower than it normally is, and that is probably directly related to his back being a little stiff, a little sore. But right now, he is perfect through 4 frames.
Last week, Michael Hogan Jr. won his first career title in 200 career events. And Angelo get his first career title this week as we take a look at our Flomax weekly update from Angelo. Did not bowl last week and the week prior to that due to this back injury. We're going to talk about that in a moment. Interesting therapy he's been going under.
How about that?
And we were talking to him yesterday. You know, he hasn't won that title yet. He feels when he gets on television, he gets a little rattled, and it's in his brain. But he's fighting through it today and bowling wonderfully. Said he wasn't sure if he was going to be sitting today either. Sitting really hurts his back. He'd rather be standing or walking around. Allen, there we go.
Little trip 4, that never hurt anybody.
Great grin, too. So the strike off the spare.
Richie Allen qualified 8th, lost to Meek in position round. Dropped him to that 4th position.
Allen down 41 pins right now. Working on a strike here in the 6th. Very emotional player. He's corralled them a little bit this season.
Down.
Well, every ball in the pocket, and that one, again, just a bit high, and he pays for it. 4-9 split. The frame before that, on almost the same hit, he trips the 4-pit.
There's his split conversions this week. Nothing to write home about. Didn't even challenge it. First open frame, and Brad Angelo, the 5 seed, with a huge lead. When we return, the conclusion of the 5v4 matchup between Angelo and Allen. The CLR Windy City Classic is brought to you by CLR. CLR, all kinds of dirty, one kind of clean. By Denny's. Denny's always works. By Motel 6, official lodging partner of the PBA. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit geico.com.